okay, so there's a bunch of teams that, still had a disappointing playoffs. Do you think New York Knicks is one of them? Did they underachieve this year?
It depends who you're asking. If you're asking the organization, I think they underachieved because I think when New York built this team last summer with Cat and Bridges and whatever, re-signing OG and stuff like that, to me anyways, it looked like they were trying to stop the Celtics. Like they looked at it like Celtics are the beast and we gotta beat
Yeah,
them, whatever, whatever. They beat the beast and lost to the Pacers. No disrespect to the Pacers, but what I'm trying to say is like I don't think they anticipated the Pacers being the reason why that they're not in the NBA Finals. I think they
facts.
anticipated only the Celtics and the Celtics only. So in that
Mm-hmm.
case, they underachieved. Now, if you're
Yeah.
asking basketball fan stuff, I think, and I'm probably gonna get killed. I think they overachieved, bro. I think they overachieved because I saw them as a second round team, bro. Like
Yeah.
I didn't see them getting 2 wins away from the NBA Finals. I didn't see
Yeah.
them beating the Boston Celtics. Even though Tatum went down in game 4, they were still up 3-1 essentially at that point. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm pretty sure they would have won regardless. Like I didn't see that. So
Yeah.
in my opinion, this was a successful season, bro. In my opinion, but I can understand from the office point of view, like, yo, we put this team together to beat the Celtics. We beat the Celtics, and we still don't make the finals. Nah, bro, that's a loss. So I see both sides of the coin, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess from just how you pronounce it, like I didn't think that they're gonna get past the Boston Celtics. I was kind of shook when I was like, the Knicks might make the finals in
Me
my
too,
lifetime.
dog.
I was like, what? Before, like, the Pacers and like game 1, I'm like, no way, New York's gonna make it to the finals. That's crazy.
Facts,
But
facts.
they kind of fell short to the wrong team. Essentially, that's all that really happened. But they landed where they should have, and maybe even a little bit better for sure. But do you think that constitute firing their coach? They fired Tibbs yesterday,
Oh,
right? So
Tom Thibodeau.
was that something that was warranted based off of the year that they had?
Oh, so okay, so then I guess my question or like pretty much if you're looking at it from the New York Knicks perspective, then it kind of makes sense to fire Tibbs, even though I don't agree with the decision, but it makes sense because like I said, they traded bare first round picks for Bridges. You know what I'm trying to say? They traded for Cat. You know what I'm trying to say? They got rid of Dante and Isaiah Hardenstein. You know what I'm trying to say? Two glue guys on that New York Knicks team last season. You know what I'm trying to say? They did all these things and they lost to the Pacers. Again, I'm not trying to say that in a disrespectful way to disrespect the Pacers. I'm just saying, I think the New York Knicks sat there and said, as long as either Boston gets knocked out by somebody else or if we knock them out ourselves, we're going to the NBA Finals. And I think the fact that they beat Boston and faced the Pacers, you know what I'm trying to say, and lost in 6 games, I think they're looking at like what? They're probably looking at Tibbs for his lineups, his inability to play the bench. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Being hard headed. You know what I'm trying to say? Tibbs is kind of old, like an old school coach of the
yeah,
past, to a certain degree. You know what I'm trying to say? And like, I don't think that he was completely blamed for why the Knicks lost. And I'm gonna go back to what I'm saying is like I don't think Brunson can be your I'm gonna get killed for this, but I don't think Brunson can be your best player on a championship team. You know what I'm
yeah.
trying to say? I think that's more of a problem because even in the Indiana series,
Thank
if you
you.
watch, you wrote they kept putting Brunson in pick and roll, and that's
Yep.
how they kept
They
torching them.
shut
You know
it
what I'm trying to say?
down. Yep.
That's what I'm trying to say. And I'm not, yo, bro. And I don't know if you noticed, there was times in the series where Brunson was sitting and the Knicks went on a run.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know what I'm trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say? So like we have to put that in perspective. We have to also put Cat. When Cat got traded to the Knicks, my one thing was guys, yes, offensively, one of the best big men in the league, offensively, but defensively, that's where the problems are gonna come. And
Yep.
yo, you hear stories about Cat, playing drop coverage every possession and not playing the way he's supposed to be playing and stuff like that. So I think Tibbs should have had another crack at it next season before firing him. But again, I understand from an unbiased perspective that like I can see why the Knicks were like, he's gotta go. You know what I'm trying to say? Because we were here. We were 2 wins away from an NBA finals. And who knows? Well, I guess not. You know what? I like because OKC on defense is crazy, but you never know. In the finals, anything can happen. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
And bro, I just think the Knicks were just like, nah, nah. Like we should have been in the finals. I really think they believe that, bro. I really do.
that's crazy.
I don't know,
Because
bro. I
I
don't know.
think that may just be a New York thing because I think everyone outside of New York didn't have them in the finals because whether Boston was the I mean like yeah we I thought Boston was gonna win that series in 5 or 6 games, right? Um,
Same.
but yeah, like I as you just mentioned, where they lost that series was the way that they played Brunson. Where they lost that series, and I guess when you're in it, you can't really see it like that. He's a liability in a lot of sense. You can't be depending on your point guard to be driving to the basket and scoring like that all the time. Like
Dribble,
he might
dribble,
make
dribble, dribble, dribble,
dribble.
dribble. Back out, back up. Like, come on,
He was
man.
making some bad decisions as well. Like just who he is as a basketball player on the court. He's looking for the fouls. He was getting offensive fouls from that.
Mm.
You can't be doing those types of things in the playoffs and expect to the coaches to win or sorry the refs to win you the game, right? So, and as you mentioned, when he sat, that's when they were actually playing well. So that's where they lost that series. To be honest, Tibbs was right to do that. Hopefully, the coach that comes in next year recognizes that if they run into that issue again, right? Because
And if the coach they're getting is coming in that is smarter than Tibbs, bro, we're gonna see games where Brunson is sitting a lot, bro.
yeah,
Like in fourth quarters and stuff like that. Because like if the game is close and he's a liability, like I'm gonna keep attacking him. Like I'm gonna keep
yeah,
attacking him. And even on offense, he's a small guard, but he plays a lot of hero basketball, man. A
yep,
lot of
yep,
and the thing is, he hits tough shots. Don't get it twisted. Like he
yeah,
can hit those
hmm
tough shots. You know what I'm trying to say? Because bro, I'll see him back up, like back down some guys, turn around, fade away, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I went in, like swish, like you know what I'm trying to say,
yeah,
clean. So he can do it, but championship basketball, if that's your formula and I can, prepare for it, like that's what I'm trying to say. Getting to the Eastern Conference Finals and losing in 6 games is kind of is an overachievement, in my opinion, bro.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm giving Tibbs maybe an extension, being like, yo, this is the first time we've been here since
We've
what,
been here,
1999, I believe,
yeah,
and you
since
fire
Patrick
him, yo,
Ewing and you fire him. That's crazy.
bro, you better be coming in with the smartest coach out there. Like, Knicks, I don't know, man. This can go very sticky the next year or two, depending on the next coaches. You get
Yeah,
very sticky.
yeah, no facts. But we'll see because if Tatum doesn't come back next year, and that the team that they have to worry about is maybe like Cleveland and maybe Indiana again, then run it back, make some tweaks. Maybe
That's what I'm
then
saying.
they're good because they have the personnel. The only one that is the liability on the the body size is Brunson. They have Bridges. They have okay Towns on the defensive side, but he does kind of make up for it in other ways. Sure, it's a liability, but a smaller one, I would say.
Yeah,
Um, I mean,
still
he
a big
does
body at the end
drop
of the day.
coverage. Yeah, yeah, exactly. At least he still has the size, right? So,
Yeah.
um, they have OG still. If they could keep Josh Hart, those type of players, then you know what, run it back, just make a couple tweaks, but keep most of what Tibbs was doing. Just maybe run it back essentially, because that firing wasn't really warranted in my opinion. You guys did better than you should have. So yeah,
Facts.
I
And
think they're just mad that they lost to the Pacers. That's what it is.
thank you. That's what I'm trying to say, dog. I think it just literally comes down to that. They're like, what? We lost to the Pacers? Not
Yeah,
even the Cavs or the Celtics. We lost to the
yeah,
Pacers. I think the Nuggets. Sorry, I'm sorry. The Knicks. My bad. I think they need to get a point guard, not a star point guard or superstar, but like a guy who comes off the bench, like a TJ McConnell. You know what I'm trying to
yeah,
say? Lonzo Ball. You know what I'm trying to
yeah,
say? Like something like that who can drive the offense when Brunson is just dribble, 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 dribble. You know what I'm trying to say? Like they need
yeah,
something else. I think it's more of a personnel than Tibbs. Tibbs could have been better. Don't
yeah.
don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to get him off the hook.
Bail them out.
But
Yeah.
I think personnel wise, it was their fault more than the coaching for sure.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree.